Today, I want to show you how to customize the home screen on your iPhone to go from this basic one to this. The process is a bit longer and harder compared to Android phones, but it is doable. Now before we start, you just want to check if you are on the latest version of iOS. So you're going to go into Settings, General, Software Update, and just check if there are any updates available. Because some things might not work if you're not on the latest version. Icons and the wallpaper that I used for this setup, I just actually downloaded off the internet. Now if you want to recreate this exact setup, I'll leave links to the wallpaper and icons in the description. Next, you want to go into the App Store and download Widget, which is the app we're going to use to make this transparent clock widget. And we're also going to need Apple's Shortcuts app for this setup, so if you don't have that on your phone, you can download it from the App Store as well. Once we finish with the setup, I'm going to show you just one additional trick that's going to make this much more interesting and useful, so stick around till the end of the video if you want to see that. Alright, so we're going to start by making a new lock screen, so we're just going to swipe to the right and create a new one. We're going to go to Photos and add the wallpaper that we previously downloaded. And we're just going to change the color of the clock here, make the font a little bit thinner, and I just want to add weather here next to the date. And you can also add widgets beneath the clock if you want to, but I like the way this looks without them. And we're going to use this black and white filter on our wallpaper. Next, you want to hit Add and go to Customize Home Screen, and just one thing we have to do here is uncheck this blur icon on the right, which is going to make our wallpaper look the same as the lock screen. And now we're one step closer to our goal. I'm actually planning on making a different setup for my phone about once a month, so subscribe to the channel if you want to see different setups we can make here. Next, long press on the screen here until we get into jiggle mode. We're going to swipe until we get to a blank page here and just take a screenshot and save it as a photo, because we're going to have to use this screenshot later on to make a transparent widget. Now we can start by making a widget, and you can hit this Explore tab right here and choose from a bunch of different setups, and then you can additionally edit and customize each one. And once you chose the one you want, go to Edit Widget and just upload the screenshot we took a minute ago, because we're going to need it to make a transparent background. Now if you want to use a different wallpaper for dark mode, you can add it right here as well, but I'm not really using dark mode for this one, so it's not necessary. I'm going to choose our screenshot and edit the widget as we like. Now, I'm not gonna go through the whole setup process of the widget in the video because it's gonna take a few minutes, but if you wanna use the exact same one that I made, you can just scan this QR code here and it's gonna take you to it directly. And I'll also leave a link to it in the description. So once we have our widget set up, already looks much nicer. Now we're gonna need just one more app. This is the last one for this video, I promise, that we're gonna use to make a transparent widget under the clock. You can actually do this in the Widget app as well, but the process is a bit more complicated. Now, if you are familiar with the app, you can do it that way as well. But in this video, we're gonna use Widget, I think. Oh my God, with these names. Okay, so once we downloaded that app, I'm gonna open it up as well. Go to Create, and we're gonna pick our screenshot from earlier once again. I'm gonna go to Medium and create a medium-sized widget from it. I'm gonna go to Create again, pick the same screenshot, and create a small one. Alright, we're gonna long press on the home screen, go to Widget. We're gonna add one medium widget in the middle of the screen. And now you just want to long press on the widget and go to Edit and change the position from top to middle. And it's going to blend it with the background perfectly. And we're going to do the same process again, just choose a small widget this time, drop it on the bottom, go to Edit, and choose bottom left. Now, of course, if you want to do it differently, you can customize it to your liking, but this is just the way I went with this time. So now that we have the clock widget and the transparent widget set up, one more thing you want to do is, again, long press the home screen, hit these dots on the bottom of the screen when they appear. And we're just going to uncheck our two screens with the old icons and everything and hit done. And this is going to leave us with just this one screen that we made previously. If you decide you're not happy with the setup you made here, it'll be much easier to go back to the one you had before. Alright, so once we did all that, the only thing that's left is to create custom icons. So first we're going to delete this bottom row. We're going to go to the Shortcuts app, hit plus on the top right to create a new one, choose an action. In this case, it's going to be Open App. Choose an app, and this time we're going to go with the Phone app. Hit this drop down menu at the top. I like to rename them just so I know what's what, so we're going to name this one Phone. Hit the drop down menu again and tap Add to Home Screen. Go to Choose Photo. It's going to take us to our gallery and just pick the icon that you downloaded previously. Hit Add. And there we go. We have a custom icon for our phone app. I'm just gonna go through the process one more time. This time we're gonna do App Store. And I'm not gonna show you this process again and again 10 times in a row, but it's the same idea for each app that you want to have on your home screen. Again, the icons I downloaded are just the ones that I needed for this setup. If you want to choose different apps to go on your home screen, the icon pack that I linked in the description does have over 100 different apps available. And if by any chance you're using an app that is not available, you can always just jump into Google and just kind of type the name of the app and the style of the icon you want, and you will probably find something similar. Just download the photo and go through the process again. Okay, so once you're done with setting up all your icons, apps, and everything, you can basically just hit the shortcut and it's gonna take you to that app directly. Now on newer iPhones, so iPhone 14 Pro, Pro Max, and the 15 series, you would just get this small notification in the dynamic island that the app has been opened. But if you are using an older iPhone, unfortunately you will get a bigger pop-up on the screen every time you open the app. Now I will leave a link in the description to a video that's supposed to solve this problem. I hope it works for you, but if it doesn't, it's just something that you're gonna have to live with. And hopefully Apple will update that at some point and give us an option to disable that notification. There is one more trick that I really like with this setup, or with basically any setup that uses transparent widgets, and that is the fact that you can stack widgets on iOS. So you can, for example, add a weather widget on top of the transparent one that we just made, long press and go to Edit Stack, and turn off Smart Rotate and Widget Suggestions. And now you can have a transparent widget, but if you swipe on it, it's gonna show the other one that you made. For this one, I'm gonna use weather and batteries, and it's just a cool way to have additional information when you need it, but you can hide it later on to keep this minimal aesthetic. Also, an iPhone 15 review is coming up next week, so if that's something you're interested in, video over.